Welcome to this explainer. Did you know children learn languages incredibly fast simply because they aren't afraid to sound a little silly? Yet, as adults, trying to actually achieve English fluency often feels, well, overwhelmingly frustrating. You put in the hours, you study hard, you memorize all those complex rules, but the moment it's actually time to speak, the words just seem to disappear. Listen, it's an incredibly common struggle, but today, we're going to change that completely. Okay, let's dive right into this. It's so incredibly easy to fall into the usual fluency traps. You might only be studying grammar. You rarely speak out loud. You're constantly translating from your native language in your head, and honestly, worst of all, you're terrified of making mistakes. But here is the absolute fundamental truth we'd have to accept. Fluency comes from daily speaking, not from having perfect grammar. You literally have to use the language to truly learn the language. So, that brings us to our main focus for today, the 30-day English Fluency Master Plan. Consider this your ultimate, highly structured, step-by-step solution. It's specifically designed to replace those frustrating old study routines with a completely new system, one that actually gets you speaking confidently in just 1 month. Let's kick things off with Section 1, Your Daily Practice Formula, the 2.5-hour daily habit. Now, to achieve rapid progress, you need a rock-solid routine. Think of it like a daily workout, but for your brain. Here's how it breaks down. For 30 minutes, try shadowing native speakers, maybe on the BBC or YouTube, by instantly repeating their words out loud. Next, spend another 30 minutes speaking completely alone on a single topic. Then, carve out 20 minutes to consciously think in English, literally describing your own actions in your head. Dedicate another 20 minutes to learning 10 new words in basic grammar, followed by 20 minutes of reading a story out loud. And finally, cap the whole thing off with 30 minutes of real conversation with a friend or an AI partner. This powerful combo, it covers absolutely every single base. Let's move to the 4-week fluency plan. This is your step-by-step roadmap to see how this all builds up over time. Listen, you absolutely don't have to be perfect on day 1. Week 1 is all about building your foundation. Your goal here is super simple. Speak for just 2 minutes every single day. You'll learn 70 new words and master basic present and past tenses. But crucially, and I cannot stress this enough, you need to actively record your own voice and listen back to it. Yes, it might feel a bit awkward at first, but it is hands down the absolute fastest way to catch your own mistakes and improve your pronunciation. Moving right along into week 2, our focus starts shifting from basic confidence to building actual continuous fluency. You're going to push your speaking time to 5 full minutes. Now, what's really interesting about this phase is that this is where you absolutely must break the habit of translating in your head. You have to force yourself to think in English. How? By describing your day as it happens in real time, focusing on everyday phrases rather than just isolated words. All right, by week 3, the core objective is speaking naturally. You're going to push yourself to talk continuously for 7 minutes. Tell short stories about your past experiences out loud and focus really heavily on your word stress. This is also the perfect time to master common phrasal verbs. Trust me on this one, phrasal verbs are essentially the ultimate secret to sounding like a natural, everyday English speaker. And finally, we arrive at week 4, your peak objective. By now, you'll be speaking confidently for 10 minutes straight without any notes. You're going to practice answering common interview questions out loud and describing complex real-life situations. As you start holding natural, flowing conversations with others, you're going to be absolutely amazed at how effortless the language finally feels. So we've covered the daily hours and the weekly steps. But here is the million-dollar question. How do you actually guarantee success and make these habits stick? Because, let's be real, motivation will always fade eventually. But strong routines, those last forever. So let's look at the anchor habits that are going to solidify this entire fluency lifestyle. A massive part of making this stick is daily reflection. Every single night before you go to bed, ask yourself these 5 simple questions. What did I do and learn today? Did I make any mistakes? What am I thankful for? And what will I do tomorrow? The absolutely critical step here, though, is to speak your answers out loud. This actively forces your brain to process your entire day in English right before you drift off to sleep. So, to tie this whole shebang together, please remember these 5 golden rules for success. Number 1, speak every day. Consistency is what builds that crucial brain-mouth connection. 2, don't fear mistakes. Honestly, they're just proof that you're trying. 3, think in English. 4. Learn phrases, not just isolated words. And number 5, review your progress every Sunday to make sure you stay completely on track. Because knowing the plan is only the beginning, right? Taking action is what actually changes your life. Ask yourself, where could your career, your travels, and your confidence be 30 days from now if you simply commit to speaking today? Start your 30-day English Fluency Challenge today. Save this guide, practice every day, and follow for more English learning tips. Remember, consistency is the key to fluency.